not made one of these videos in ages where I just kind of tell you how to get an A star in each one of your A levels. So this is how you get an A star in A level economics. From somebody who got 96% in A level economics. Paragraph structure is the only way. It is the only way to get an A star. In my cohort at 6th form, I was the only A star. And I wholeheartedly believe that there were people in my cohort who knew more about economics than me. But they didn't have that paragraph structure. AO 1, 2, 3, and 4, you need to be able to look at your answer and know exactly where you're getting the marks. It's the only way. Paragraph structure, I recommend PEEAEL. Whole video on that in the playlist. In fact, I've got like 4 because it's such a good paragraph structure. Okay, so now we've got over that. Content. It's hard. It's a hard A-level. The key with the content is not remembering it. It's knowing how different areas of the specification link together. Because at the end of the day, this is the only way you can make in-context critically evaluated points. Let's just use, I don't know, Monopoly. So market structure, it's got a hard diagram. 1, understand why does MC equal MR at the profit maximization point. If you understand why, so much easier to remember. At the same time, how does this link to different areas of the specification? For an example, maybe externalities. Do we know about any monopolies that create negative externalities? Yeah. Apply it to a real world scenario, and then you have linked theme 1 and theme 3. And you can have this consideration for every single topic. Like, no topic in A-level economics is in isolation. They are all linked somehow. When you're learning things in class, you need to be asking questions and actually considering how they link together. You're very time pressured in the exam. Save time on the shorter answer questions, like in section A. Your calculations, they're not taking 4 minutes. You don't need 4 minutes to do price elasticity of demand. Changing Q over changing P, boom, 30 seconds on a calculator and it's done. And you've got 3.5 minutes to do the essay. Like 3.5 more minutes. If you don't understand why something is happening, that's a really bad sign because economics is very applicable to the real world. And oftentimes a great way of understanding things is just by applying them to real world scenarios. So take what you do in class, like, let's just go with Monopoly, and apply it to a real firm, which is A, what you kind of have to do in the exam, and B, just makes it so much less vague and, you know, this weird conceptual idea. And then finally, something that I found really helpful was using flashcards, but for like my key definition. So, you know, when you have like a 1 or a 2 marker and it has to be a specific definition. So like, what is opportunity cost? That has a very specific definition that you need to remember. Because you know what opportunity cost is, but to put it into words is so hard. Or like economic profit, for example. But also having advantages and disadvantages of like each, you know, market structure and each type of tariff quota on a flashcard. It's so easy to divide into 2 and be like, positives of a quota. Oh, well, you can protect infant industries, for example. And then disadvantages. As long as you know how this topic links to the other ones, having that just advantages and disadvantages can lay it out in a really simple format. And I found that very helpful when I was revising for like each individual exam.